We'll start off with the big announcement. You know, you've had a pretty storied career here at Reidsville, so tell me a little bit about your decision to retire.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it for the last couple of years. When you get to be my age, 65, or getting ready to be 65 years old, that it always kind of crosses your mind. And when I talked to folks about it, they said, well, you'll know when it's time. And after we finished the season and went through Christmas and kind of reflecting back, I just felt like this was the best time for me to go ahead and make that decision to step back. Like I said, I'm not really retiring. I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna still be around. I use the word transition more than anything else. I'm gonna still be here. We got a lot of stuff going on. We're trying to redo the field and the stadium and make some improvements and those kind of things. So I'll still be around. I'll still have a role, but it won't be as the head football coach anymore.
Okay. So will you still be a teacher here at Reidsville as well?
I'm planning to teach for a little while longer, but obviously when next fall rolls around, I will no longer be a teacher either. But again, my teaching role has been reduced a little bit, but it'll be completely gone by next fall for sure.
Okay. And so when you kind of look back and take a step back and look at your career in its entirety, pretty impressive resume, 8 state championships, 11 state championship appearances. Matter of fact, I believe that Reidsville is called the football capital of NC.
Yeah.
What are some of the key moments for you?
Yeah, for me, it's like I say all the time, wins and losses have been great. But the things that stand out and probably stand out to me the most as I get older is all the relationships I built with the players and with my staff and with the community. And those are things that have obviously mean the most to us and mean the most to me. But I have truly been blessed to be able to be a part of such a great football program. And, as I say too, it's not a one-man job. I've been blessed to work with a bunch of great folks. And, I get a lot of the credit, but no way I could have done everything that we've accomplished by myself, and I'm just so blessed to be able to be a part of it.
So let's go back to the beginning a little bit. What made you want to get into coaching in the first place?
Well, my mom tells a story about when I was a baby. I went to bed with a football in my arms. I've loved the game of football for as long as I can remember, and so the transition from playing to coaching was kind of just a natural thing for me, and never really thought about doing anything else, I guess, other than either playing or then moving into the role of coaching. When I said I got to be a coach, my goal obviously was at one point to be a head coach at some point, and to be a head coach in a community where football was, if not the most highest priority, it was a great priority, and in Reidsville football was a big priority, and so it was always my goal to be able to work in this type of community. And again, the good Lord blessed me with the opportunity to do it, and I can't express that as much. Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, put me in this spot, and I've just been blessed to be able to be a part of it.
Now, tell me a little bit about your secret to success, having a team that's either going to the state championship or just having that success each year.
Yeah, the expectations are high, and again, that's another thing I said. I wanted to be in a program where expectations were high every year, and the thing that makes it easy is when you got really good players. And so we've had a bunch of really good players coming through. And again, next year's team will be another group of really good players. And again, I'll be here helping them any way I can. Obviously not blowing my whistle every day or fussing and hollering at them, but supporting them and doing whatever I can to make sure that they continue to have the same amount of success that we've had over the last several years.
Now, once you officially retire, do you have any sort of hobbies or anything like that you want to pursue? Yeah,
my big hobby is golf, so I'll probably spend a little bit more time on the golf course than what I do right now, and that's my big hobby. But again, my church family means a lot to me, and we go to First Baptist here in Reidsville, and the things that I missed at church obviously will be a big part of what I do too, and helping my church family and playing golf, and then supporting my real family also. Eric, my youngest son, will still be coaching hopefully, and he's got 2 grand boys, so seeing those guys grow up will be an important part of what I do going forward too.
Yeah, and so let's talk about your successor a little bit. Will you have any sort of input in who that person will be?
I think they're going to put a committee together to pick it, and I don't think they'll want me on that committee probably, and that's a good thing. That's okay. I really don't want to be on that committee. I think, obviously I'll express my opinion to folks, and I think, again, I'm not speaking out of turn. My son Eric has put a lot of time and effort into this program, and I think he deserves an opportunity again. But again, it won't be left up to me to make that decision. But I do think that he's to put a lot of effort in to being able to hopefully maybe transition into that role.
Yeah, and so whoever the candidate may be, what kind of qualities do you think that they should have?
Well, first of all, you gotta love the kids, and that's always been our number one goal. If we're going to do something here in the program, does it benefit our football team? And so that's got to be, in my opinion, whoever the head coach is, got to be the top priority. Is that whatever they do is to benefit the kids, not just in football, but in the classroom and in their lives, and help them to grow into men. And that's got to be their number one priority, in my opinion.
Now, looking back at your career during the 2 stints that you've had here at Reidsville, is there any particular season that stands out?
There've been a bunch of good ones. Obviously, when we won the first one back in 2002, I believe, going to Wake Forest. The knock, I guess, had been on us for a while that we couldn't win the big one. And some folks said didn't think Reidsville could ever win another one because it had been a pretty long drought between the last one and the one in 2002. And so winning that first one was big. And then also when we came back at the second stint around too, with a whole new staff pretty much, and winning that one was also, I think, probably maybe the two that stand out the most.
Yeah, and so you mentioned that you're going to still be involved with the program, just not coaching, right?
Yeah, I won't be coaching. I'll be maybe like an analyst a little bit for them. And again, we're hopefully redoing the field, putting field turf on it, and the track that we're standing on. So all those projects, I've got a pretty good hand in to help to get that going. And this stadium just hadn't had any really improvements to it since 1984 when it was first built. So we want to make the stadium as first class as the program is. So that's going to be one of my big goals over the next 4 to 6 months, is to help get this going. But also, I'll still be supporting the guys and helping them any way I can as well.
Yeah, and so I guess my final question for you today is, what is your final message to all the Reidsville fans out there watching this?
Just, again, so blessed to be able to be a part of this. And, again, I don't know if I can put into words how much being this, because I pretty much put my whole professional career, when you look back on it, has been at Reidsville High School. Both my boys graduated here. Our family still lives here, and I'm going to keep living in this community. And so just being able to be a part of this program since 1992, even those couple of years I was gone, I was still around, and just being so blessed is basically the only thing I can think of to say, and just to thank the community for allowing me to come and do what I've done for so many years.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thanks so much for your time, Coach.
All right, thank y'all for coming out.